Hey Clarence, it's John. Just wanted to go over some basics and show you what a website can do for you. If at the end of this video you're interested, please give me a message or give me a call. We can go over things in further detail. But for now, we'll go over the basics of what a website can do for you, how it generates traffic, and if you're interested in that process, you can do it a little bit on your own, even if you're not interested in my services. So, the first thing that we look at when we do a search in Google is we look at this keyword right here. It's general contractor, Dayton, Ohio, and that's something that people type in to look for the service that they want. Now, when Google gets this, it usually lists a few things first: the ads, the map pack, and finally your organic searches here. So we're going to go over these each with some minor details. The ads we'll go over last, but these can be very, very, very lucrative if you do them right. If you don't, Google and Facebook are good at taking your money and not doing much with it, which, not that surprising, right? That's why you should pay someone to take a look at it professionally so that you don't get screwed out of your money. When we look at the map pack here, this is ranked differently than these websites here. So when Google puts these up at the top of your list, they are ranked according to some different categories and other things. So when we look at the map pack here, we open up one of these and we look at the profile. They have lots of pictures and lots of info filled up on their actual profile here. A lot of good reviews. We're looking at how many 5-star reviews. Doesn't matter. What we're looking for is plenty of 5-star reviews, which here it is, and it's important to have that, and it does increase your ranking higher. But what really, really promotes this list is these things called citations. So citations are basically how many times you are listed in some kind of directory somewhere, whether it's a home and repair directory, whether it's some kind of other directory. Words are kind of failing me right now, but any other directory site, like a Yellow Pages or Bing or Google, so on and so on. The more places that you have a listing, the better you'll be rated by Google on this list. And this map pack is pretty important sometimes. It's not always, but it is sometimes. Because it's one of the first things that people see when they type in, and a lot of people use their phones nowadays to look up websites. So usually this is one of the first things they'll see, and generally click on one of those. Going further down, we'll take a look at organic searches. Usually what we'll see is a couple of these sites like Home Advisor, Angie's List, the Better Business Bureau, and How's or Who's or however you pronounce this. And then you'll start seeing your organic searches, your actual real websites that people have made or own or a business owns. And that goes a long way because it's going to be in the top 5. People are always going to pick it. On the front page of Google is where you get most of your clicks from. If you're on the second, third, fourth pages, that's kind of what we call the Google graveyard. You don't get too much out of it, and you're just sitting there kind of languishing. But what I want to do is go over the top couple of websites here, and we'll do this one first just because this one's a little bit more of a complicated case. We'll look at Bilberry here, and the thing that drives traffic to a website is first the content that they have on it, especially on the front page. Now, if they're established, they don't have to have as much content on here, which makes this even easier to beat out, honestly. Building a website and beating this guy out would be super easy. He doesn't have too much content, and when we take a look at his website under our analytical tool here, we'll see what he's bringing in, and rightfully so. He's only bringing in 22 organic traffic, So literally only 22 people visited his site off of being on the front page of Google, which is ridiculous in itself. He should be doing a lot better than that, being on the front page. But seeing that he has over 3,000 backlinks and only getting 22 organic traffic, I can see why he's not bringing in much traffic. I'll explain this here in a minute. When we take a look at keywords, and this might kind of bring it more into focus and make you understand it a little bit better. This is all the words that he ranks for in Google. So when people are typing these words in, these are the words that he's ranking for. Okay, so general contractors, Dayton, Ohio. He is the 8th position, technically, and 150 volume with a 3 KD. That means keyword difficulty, and that ranks out of 100. I'm not going to go into specifics of that because it'll just bore you, but this is telling you how difficult it is to rank for this keyword. So 150 people looked up the term general contractors, Dayton, Ohio, in the past month. Home remodeling, Dayton, Ohio, 80 with 18, so that's a little more difficult. Home remodeling, Dayton, Ohio, 50 people looked that up. Dayton, Ohio, general contractors, garage builders, Dayton, Ohio, going down there, things kind of change. Bathroom remodel, Dayton, Ohio, 200 with a 2. 200 people looked up bathroom remodel, Dayton, Ohio in the past month. Construction companies in Dayton, Ohio, Dayton home remodeling. So home improvement, Dayton, Ohio, kitchen remodeling, Dayton, Ohio. We can see there's lots and lots of general contractor work here. And the kitchen and bathroom stuff was there as well. I actually looked up kitchen remodel myself to see what else we had here. And if we just go over that briefly, I'll show you. So, yeah, 60 with a 5 for kitchen remodel, Dayton, Ohio. And general contractors was a 150. We saw that. And again, bathroom remodel, 200 people. So we'll go back to his website, or their analytics of Bilberry's website here. And if we look, again, I said they had over 3,000 backlinks. He should be getting a lot more traffic because of that, but he's not. And there's a reason, because he's more than likely either paid somebody or got someone to backlink for him, and they're all bad backlinks, or most of them are. And what I mean by that is they're not relevant to his website, and they have honestly nothing to do with his website, more than likely. I could go into them and show you a little bit more, but I'm not going to waste your time with that. We're trying to make this video pretty short and concise, so I don't bore you. But backlinks essentially are you connecting your website to other people's websites. So literally typing in your website address on somebody else's website, along with, a few sentences, or depending on, the circumstances. But putting in your website name on somebody else's website is kind of like a popularity contest. It gives you some power, and people start noticing, and specifically Google does. So that's how Google ranks your website. It'll look and see if you're a relevant website, and according to who your other websites are that you're connecting with. So, if you're going to attach yourself to a pizza website and you did no work for them, it doesn't really make sense. And Google's going to say, no, this has nothing to do with you. In fact, it might hurt you. But if you have your website connected to Home Advisor somehow, or I'm sorry, Lowe's or something of that nature, then you'll get some substantial traffic from it. But it's important that your website is attached to other websites that are relevant and are credited and decent. I've seen it more often than not where someone pays somebody to, backlink for their website, do SEO, as we call it, search engine optimization, and they get screwed because they basically get like 3,000 websites in a few months, and it just bottoms out their page, and they lose pretty much everything. So it's important to know that people like that are out there, and it can be critical and awful for your business. But going back, we'll take we'll talk about ads for a minute. Ads themselves can, like I said at the beginning, be so much more powerful for you if you know what you're doing. Um, we actually had a photographer that we worked with do got about 46 leads or so. Oh, I'm sorry, it was probably about 35. I'm thinking of a different client. About 35 or so in the span of 3.5 weeks, and just one hit after the other. It can be very, very useful, and that was through Facebook ads, not Google ads. um, Google ads are a little more expensive, but they're very uh, very reliable too if you know what you're doing. But Google likes to kind of put you through the ringer if you don't know what you're doing, and likes to spend your money. um, so it's important to have someone that knows what they're doing when it comes to that, so you don't lose all that money. But uh, I'm not going to ramble any further here, Clarence. If you have things you want to talk about, if you'd like to talk to, myself a little bit more, let's go ahead and do that. I'd be happy to. So, um, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to contact me. Otherwise, I hope this information helped, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks.